Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course, and pleased to be joined by Dave Schrage, the head coach of Butler University. I hope I said that right. How's it going, Coach? How are you?
Doing great, Casey. Appreciate you having me on today. Talk a little baseball on this wintry day.
Yeah, I know that you guys are getting pounded out there in Indiana, but overall, I know practice just started a few weeks ago. How exciting is it to get out there and get ready to go for this upcoming year for Butler?
Every year is always fun and exciting. Expectations are high this time of the year, and the kids are excited about getting going. And we've actually had a few good days where we've gotten outside probably 4 or 5 times already, which is a plus in January if you can get on the baseball field. So everybody's pretty excited and ready to go.
So I've done this with, everybody I've talked to this year. Kind of take me around the diamond, tell everybody who is going to be where this year.
Yeah, it's a new look for Butler baseball. We actually brought in 20 new players, so half our roster are new. We lost a lot of guys last year to graduation, and so right now at first base, we're going to go with Lucas Galdoni. He's been in our program for a couple of years, big left-handed power hitter. AJ Pointer, who played a lot of shortstop for us, will be at second. Travis Holt will be at short. He is a grad transfer from High Point. He's been an all Big South shortstop in their conference, so works him. And then over at third base, we have either freshman Jalen Naughton or sophomore Billy Wirch at third base. So that's our infield. And then in the outfield, James Gargano will be back in left. He was all conference last year in the Big East. One of our new exciting players, Scott Jones, in center. He played at LSU Eunice, where they won a national championship last year, and he'll be in center field. And then our right fielder will be Kyle Van Leer, another junior college transfer from Kellogg Junior College up in Michigan.
Yeah. So let's talk about on the mound. How are we looking there? What's going to be interesting there? Do you have to replace any weekend starters?
All of them. We're going to be a little unique this year. In fact, we talked as a staff that, we're going to be the Tampa Bay Devil Rays of college baseball this year. We feel like we have a lot of different combinations that we can use, but we don't have that one like dominant pitcher. And so we're going to use a lot of mix and matching of, have a guy go 3 innings from the left side, then come back, put a righty in there from the right side, and just kind of give hitters different looks, very similar to what, Tampa does. So right now we're going to start Corey Bosecker will start on for us on Friday. He's a big lefty, throws in the 90s. Junior, he pitched some for us last year. Then our Saturday starter will be a righty, Aaron Barocas, who's a junior college transfer from out in Washington. And then Nick Eaton, who is one of our 3 returning starters on the mound, will be our Sunday starter. So those are our 3 guys we're going to go with, but we're going to kind of pair them up. For example, Bosecker's a lefty. We're going to come with John Vore behind him. John's been in our program. He's a junior now. And then we have a 5th-year grad transfer, Brandon Haggerty, who's a lefty, who will come in behind Barocas on our Saturday games. And then Nick Eaton is probably one of our starters that goes deep in the games. Last year, he won a lot of, 7-8 innings. But it'll be an interesting concept. And then our midweek games, we're going to start 2 freshmen, Cole McDaniel, 6'5" lefty out of Georgia. He had a really good fall for us. And Luke Smolik, right-hander out of Seattle, another freshman, big, tall, lanky kid with a fastball in the 90s. So they'll get their feet wet in our midweek non-conference games. And if you look at our schedule, we play some tough teams midweek.
Yeah. So going into this season, where are we at in terms of that? How have you liked the first few weeks of practice? What are you kind of seeing what you guys need to do from that standpoint?
Our first scrimmage, we had a scrimmage, was inside. Didn't go real well. And then 2 days later, we scrimmaged on the Sunday and came back and had a great scrimmage. So our guys learned from that first day and got better. 2 days ago, we were outside. We were able to do a little scrimmage outside, and a very solid scrimmage as well. So, this time of the year for us, the more we can get out, the more we can scrimmage. We're trying to get ready for the season. The fall ball and the winter stuff of working on individually, you work individually on your game. Those days are gone. We're more into, hey, let's get ready for game situations and putting our guys in game situations. So we do a lot of scrimmaging with, starting the inning with runners on first and second, first and third, bases loaded, putting our pitchers in different situations. So we're ready to play here in a couple weeks.
So going into this season, where do you think the Big East is at in terms of strength for baseball?
The Big East is it's very underrated. Everybody thinks the Big East, they think basketball, which it is a great college basketball, league, but very underrated in baseball. As soon as we added Connecticut back into the conference last year, that really rose our RPI and the strength of our league. They're a program that could be ranked in the top 25 every year. Coach Penders does a great job. Creighton is always a perennial power. They get to play where the College World Series is played, and Coach Service has been there a long time, does a great job. And then you have some storied program. St. John's has always had a good program. Seton Hall has been solid, and Xavier, us. So it's a fun league to be in. What's really enjoyable is we get to go to all these different cities to play our conference games, and we'll get to go to Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, New Jersey, and then go out and play in Omaha where the College World Series is. So it's a fun league to be a part of, and it'll be a very, I think right now, just looking at the preseason and what everybody predicted, UConn, Creighton, and Xavier have been picked at the top, and then after that, it's really even the rest of the way between the next teams. It's going to be a real battle for that fourth spot, probably. Yeah.
So what do you guys need to do to get up into that spot where you kind of need to go?
Yeah, we kind of set a goal. We evaluate our team every year. Last year, we were near the bottom of the league in fielding percentage. We were near the bottom of the league in stolen bases attempted. And so we've brought in some speed. We want to put more pressure on the teams we play. We're going to run a lot more. And then we need to cut down on, we call free bases or freebies. We averaged around 9 free bases a game last year in conference games, and Creighton averaged 6. So there's a 3 free base difference in each game. So we're trying to cut back. And we did that by improving our defense. Travis Holt and Scott Jones have really solidified our defense in the middle of the diamond. And we feel like we're a lot better, and especially, teams aren't going to get as many free bases against us. So those are the 2 areas that, we feel we need to improve on the most to get into that conference tournament.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Dave, thank you so much for coming on and talking some Butler baseball with us. Good luck this season, and let's have you on again sometime throughout the year.
I'd love to be on again, Casey. Appreciate you having me, and stay warm up there, and thanks, spring.
Yes.